Hey, Mr. Jarl! So, if you have any idea what the College of Winterhold should use as a main quest? I mean, I was thinking that, we should do this kind of dicey, stupid, like, Eye of Magnus quest thing, I think that's good. What do you think?
Just about 80 years ago, there was a terrible disaster. The cliffs overlooking the Sea of Ghosts collapsed, taking most of Winterhold with them. In the middle of it all, the college was practically untouched. Many of the survivors were suspicious. Some believed the mages were behind the whole thing, and others felt they could have at least prevented it. Archmage Aaron assures me that his people had nothing to do with it, and I believe him. But Winterhold never recovered.
You're just a stupid Jarl.
Until next time.
If somebody with authority told me that should be the quest line, maybe. But,
Hope that our relationship
hey, I'm talking.
can be repaired.
Wait. You still insisting on that idea? Relationship with the college? No, you're just a Jarl.
It may not look impressive, but it has a very rich history.
Rich history? Well, I like my Magnus idea. No, I'm gonna get somebody else to agree with me. You know what, stupid Jarl? You're just a Jarl. You don't understand how we make quests for this game. No, I'm gonna make a better quest, and I bet you Savos Aaron will agree with me. Hey, Savos Aaron, my friend. That stupid Jarl down in Winterhold is trying to convince me about some great collapse idea or something. But I told him, let's do this Eye of Magnus convoluted piece of crap half Sigic quest, and I think it's a great idea. What do you think? I don't think great collapse is a good idea. What do you think?
No one is sure of the cause.
What?
Some believe the eruption of Red Mountain had far-reaching consequences that were only felt years later. I know there are some who have blamed the college, said that we were responsible. I assure you this is not the case.
But I don't want to talk about the great collapse. I mean, it's not even a very good idea anyway.
It practically came alive. No one was expecting it. Monstrous
why are you just talking about this?
For weeks on end. Winterhold was ancient and weathered, but it couldn't withstand the sea's fury. Entire districts of the city were lost overnight.
Entire districts of the city were lost overnight?
No.
It
was irreversible. Most residents of Winterhold abandoned what was left of the city.
No. The college survived. Oh, that's fine. No, see, that sounds way too important. Let's do something far less important. Entire city being razed, college in suspicion, people still don't like the college. That just sounds like a piece of crap. Yeah, let's go with the Eye of Magnus. Yeah, let's just do that. In all seriousness, though, I mean, when you come into this college, it just looks ridiculously cool. I mean, you just feel like this is a place that they study magic. Like, this is pretty cool. And then you proceed to go inside, and this guy's already the Archmage, so it won't happen. I mean, you even have this like statue. You're like, yeah, this is a pretty cool place. And you even proceed to go inside, and when it finishes loading, you go into this massive hall. I mean, this place is ridiculously cool. It just feels like a mage's place. You come in here for class the first... Okay, well, you can go in there. You come in here for class the first day, and it's just so cool. But then you go off, and they take you to do a quest, researching a floating orb that nobody really knows what it does. And then some Sigic guy appears and vaguely states how everything's gonna be bad if you don't help him, and then he disappears, and then you save the world in about 3 quests. Savos Aaron dies, his second in command dies. Let's see, the Sigics appear and they take the ball away and they say thanks, but sucks, you can't come with us, and they name you Archmage. Oh, and Thalmor dies. That's about the good part. Thalmor dies. It's a thing to remember. But the point is, I have 2 big, massive, dry pieces of beef with this storyline. Excuse me, I'm shooting a video here. You can't just sneak into my room like that. Oh, no, you can't just appear either, and you can't. I was shooting at. Fine. Let's go into the Archmage's room, because these people are insistent on randomly appearing. You know what? Oh no. He's gonna rape him. Oh! Oh no! I don't want to see this! No, don't stop. Don't smile on me. Stupid divines made this game where they missed all their potential. Point being, though. No! No! Bad idea. Nobody likes the Eye of Magnus. What we might have learned. What about the Great Collapse? See, that's my big beef with this thing. Okay, so I have two pieces of thing. Two main points of argumentation. The first one would be, well, there was the Great Collapse that surrounded this whole place. I mean, it's just saturated in Winterhold, how Winterhold fell in the sea, how it used to be a capital, and, you know, how the Mages Guild is the center of suspicion, and everybody, you could have gone on this huge quest line to discover what really happened that day, and, and you could have rebuilt the image of the Winterhold in everybody's eyes, and you don't at all. You did this stupid quest for some stupid ball that glows in the center of the college for about a day and then goes away. Nothing's changed. 2 people have died. The world, Tamriel hasn't changed because of this. Okay? And, I'm going to say this multiple times when I'm going through this. People can say, oh, well, they could fix it in DLC. What? But the DLC hasn't been announced. It isn't out. It hasn't been announced, so it isn't out. That's not something you do. You don't purposely leave something out of a game so you can shove it in DLC. So that's really annoying. The other thing that really bugs me about the Mages Guild is the fact that, well, nothing changed. I mean, look at the Dark Brotherhood Thieves Guild. You just revamped a whole area, and, you got a guild back on its feet, and you feel like you made an accomplishment. Here it just feels like the Mages Guild themselves doesn't really know what they're doing. And it starts off well. You get here, they make you take a test to get in, then you start, you start with college students, and you start, practicing. That's all great. They should have done more of the practice, more of the intrigue between students and things like that. Pulling the Sijic in and the Thalmor isn't a horrible idea, but it should revolve around the Great Collapse. Okay? You should rebuild the idea of Winterhold and people figure out what's going on and maybe link it, oh, it's some Thalmor plot or something like that, and link it to the inevitable expansion that is going to happen for Thalmor, because it's been foreshadowed about 20 million times. My point being this. It's just, they dropped the ball big time with Mages Guild. I mean, it feels like you become the Archmage, not because you really earn the Archmage position, but because they just feel like throwing you a bone because you just happened to kill a Thalmor that just happened to be in control of a glowing ball that just happened to land in the college at the same time as... I mean, I don't even understand why the developers included all that stuff about the Great Collapse when they didn't even use it. And the Sijic Orders disappeared. Nothing has changed with this stupid damn fucking castle. I mean, everything's the same. Nothing. That's so annoying with me because... Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh. Well, that's nice. Well, I guess I died. I guess that's a bit of a change. Well. That wasn't supposed to happen. Just forget about that. Anyway, my point being, this Mages Guild quest... Let's try not to fall this time. This just felt so underwhelming. You got let in easy. They threw you the Archmage things in a bone. Said, hey. And, you look at the Oblivion quest line, and it's so much better because you have to work through each individual Mages Guild, and then you work your way to the Arcane University, and then you have to work your way through the ranks. And that's something that I could talk about in any one of these, but I'm going to talk about here because it's so lacking here and so apparent. There's no more ranks. I don't know why they took it out. They should have had those little, apprentice to warlock to I'm getting out of order, master wizard to archmage. I skipped a bunch and I don't know what I'm talking about. But the point is, they had those ranks because that made you feel like you're part of the faction. You have that little insignia there in your character thing. There's nothing like that. When I didn't see that in here at first, I was like, well, maybe it's a different screen that I get later. But I never got it because it's not in here. And it's such a shame because, I mean, you look around from up here, this college, the environment, whoever designed these environments was amazing. He was brilliant. He or she was brilliant. Actually, there's probably multiple people. This is great. This college itself is so cool. The midden, and the idea of the midden and the midden dark underneath it is so cool. But they didn't do anything with it. They didn't investigate the idea of the Great Collapse. They didn't investigate the idea of a conspiracy or anything like that. There was a minor little Thalmor incident here, and that's it. And that, ultimately, is what annoys me. Yes, you know, I'd also love to talk about how the mage combat is kind of blah. There's no executions, you know. It's just spam. That's really loud. Just spam until the enemy dies. There's not even executions. There's no kill cams. There's nothing. But it's better than Oblivion. I don't really like the combat for magic that much, but I'm a whiner. I love whining and complaining. But that's if I complained about that a ton, I'd just be lying to you. Because that's not what bothers me. What bothers me is they built this massive, amazing area, and they don't use it. You know? Oh shit. I thought I could use it then. Well, you just saw me die twice, because I don't know what I'm doing. That's awesome. You know? But I just feel like they made this great area. You know? It's so cool and everything. That worked. But nothing came of it. And the one thing that's interesting, though, is there's a quest called Arniel's something. And you basically... I'm not going to spoil it because this is a massive spoiler. I know I've already spoiled so much, but this is a massive spoiler, so I won't spoil it. You discover that what happened to the dwarves. But you don't get it until after you've beaten the Archimage's quest, I think. That's the type of quest that this game should have had from the beginning, that this guild should have had from the beginning. It was so much different. It was so much cooler. And, you know, it actually, like, mattered. But that is not Arniel's convection. Wait, what is... It's conjure... You can, like, summon Arniel. But you discover what happened to the dwarves, mostly. It's not precisely, but mostly you discover what happened to the dwarves. See, this is Arniel. You get to summon him now. Because he dies. I won't spoil anything else. Point being, though, you discover what happened to the dwarves. That's a huge thing! That's what this guild should have been about, discovering mysteries. And it wasn't. It was about an eye that you never understood what it did. Stop moaning. And it's just, it's disappointing. It's disappointing. I mean, I could have created a better quest line. I mean, so I don't mean to be armchair developer, because I know, trust me, I've been in teams to make games before. It is not easy to make a video game, and what they've done is so impressive. But the only reason I criticize is because they got so close. They had everything here. They had all the puzzle pieces in the right order for an amazing storyline here, and they just rearranged them wrong. They just focused on the wrong part. They should have maybe mentioned that, you know, maybe an Eye of Magnus, if they really wanted to. I don't even think that's necessary. Focus on the Great Collapse. That's so much more interesting. Or focus entirely on the Dwemer. That's so much more interesting. What they did here is just, well, disappointing.